beautiful Scorpio, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your full moon reading. I'm just cleansing your space here and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I'm truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder that this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful that scammers are about pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. If anyone claiming to be me asks you for anything at all, money, e-gifts, donations, it is not me. I do not have Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. So if anyone claiming to be me contacts you on any of those platforms, it is a scam. Please report them. If they ask you for anything at all, scam, report them, okay? I'm just going to go straight to your full moon reading. Now, this is quite an exciting time because this full moon is called the buck moon, but it can also be called the thunder moon. I like to call it the thunder moon. It is actually a time for releasing that inner rebel. Okay, it's entering Aquarius, which brings unpredictable, rebellious energy. Now also, how it's affecting you directly, Scorpio, is that it's conjunct Pluto, which is governs your sign, which brings major radical change and sometimes explosive confrontations. So be mindful that this period could be a little bit fraught with energy for you, as it were. Now also, it brings major change for you in particular as one of the signs that's going to be affected, because it actually means you're going to completely revamp your inner circle and your life, because anything that makes you feel tension or puts pressure on your mental health or anything like that, I feel like you're radically changing your life to make it more peaceful. And often when you get the thunder moon, it's a time to step out of your comfort zone into your creative power, but also to activate a new chapter. It's like clearing the air. And as you know, Scorpio, you can't clear the air without having a bit of a spark or some sort of passionate, thunderous kind of energy to activate that change. So I feel it's actually a time for holding true to your vision. Because the buck moon is also a time when, deer, the male deer get their antlers. So it means you're growing strength in order to fight something and stand firm in who you are. So let's see what the energy is coming through for you. We got conclusions are within reach. So definitely something's coming to an ending there, or coming to some sort of fruition. The energy is gaining momentum. Boy, is it. Scorpio, you're going to really be affected by this particular full moon. Now, it occurs on the 23rd or 24th of July, depending on where you are in the world. A new romantic cycle begins. So we will see that energy if it comes through there in a little bit deeper. But that's what they're saying. A little bit more good karma coming through for you. They want me to go two more in these cards, but it says here, you are good enough. Okay, I do get an energy before I started your reading. There was an energy of feeling misunderstood, Scorpio, for you. It's like people within your inner circle, even though you trust them, some of them with your absolute life, there is an energy of being misunderstood and you feel a little bit hurt in some areas that people just are not getting you right now, or, it feels like something has changed. And I feel with this particular moon, it's actually asking you, how do you express yourself in social settings? And it asks you to look at yourself, your inner self, where you're holding back, Scorpio. Because sometimes you hold back your emotions because you feel misunderstood. But right now, if you're feeling misunderstood anyway, you may start to open up a little bit more and go, well, what's the point in holding back if you're feeling a little bit misunderstood anyway? You may as well let it all out. It says here, bring love into the situation. Okay, and as you can see, that energy is in Aquarius, but it feels very much like love and understanding. You do have the romantic cycle coming through as well, but I feel love is you seeing things with love, proceeding with love, trying to be diplomatic in situations and things like that. Often not very difficult, often very difficult during this particular time, this particular full moon. And it says your hard work is paying off. Okay, now let me just see how you're feeling with regards to the energy as the moon comes into full swing there. Now, you may have heard a lot of other tarot readers talk about this particular full moon. It's quite a disruptive energy, okay? So you may be feeling it already. I know that I have been feeling quite heavy energy as we approach this one, and I haven't been able to read as often as I normally do. We got the Lover's card, and isn't that interesting? So bring love into the situation. The Lovers card is the protagonist energy. We've also got the Sun card. Okay, so a little bit of sort of waiting energy there because it's in the resistance position, but you are still on course. Now I'm going to be sort of reading this from a point of view as how you're feeling, how just sort of checking in with you and how things are going, rather than, you know, focusing on love, career, because those are for the other readings that I do. We've got the Fool card and we've got the Star card. They want me to go one more, so I will. Thank you so much. The Devil. Ooh, okay, I see. Interesting energy. As soon as that Devil came out, there's an energy here of, again, this not being understood, or people around you having certain expectations of you and you falling into those expectations. You may have done that recently, but I feel like you're not doing that anymore. That's not your normal behavior, Scorpio. You're normally a maverick, someone who marches to the beat of your own drum. You're a nonconformist. But there's something recently that you may have felt like you've been swimming with the tide as opposed to against it. You've just been going with the flow, and you're like, okay, it's kind of peaceful to kind of go with the flow, but at the same time, it may not have been what you wanted. Okay, I'm not sure what that energy is that's coming through, but I will clarify that for you. So let me just see. Protagonist energy. This is the Gemini card of the Lovers. There's quite a few choices open to you, Scorpio, to follow your heart. But I feel there's been a bit of an energy of you recently being a bit of a lone wolf. Okay, now you may have disconnected from friends, or you may have disconnected a little bit from family as well, which is again not like you. I feel like you're trying to really work things out and about following your heart and unifying things. Maybe you even felt like sometimes if there's been a lot of chaotic energy within your personal sort of circle, you may have felt like you often felt like the glue that is trying to bind some people together. And that's what I mean by there's like expectations on you at the moment from other people. And I feel like you're fulfilling obligations that you're like, it's responsibility you didn't expect to have, but it's almost like it's getting too much now. That's the energy that I'm getting, okay? Now, the Lovers card is often a card of choices, harmony, relationships, blossoming, working together on something. But you may have felt like you've been a bit of a lone wolf for a while, so it may be difficult to open yourself up to groups, for example, coming back into union with groups or reintegrating yourself, especially since we've been going through like a major event around the world that has affected the human psyche on a very huge level. You may find it a little bit difficult, but still be yearning to reach out again and reconnect with people after a time where you've gone a bit MIA. And a lot of people have been asking me, what does MIA mean? I always say MIA when I go missing in action. I'm supposed to be around talking to people, but sometimes, and because I'm a Scorpio, this is not an excuse, but sometimes I feel very protective of my energy. And I know that I've got like 5 emails and 20 texts and, you know, if I'm lucky, to people reaching out and asking things of me or just talking, shooting the breeze. And I know that I got to get back to those people. And I sit there and I may go, I can't do it right now. I don't know why, but it's not something I can focus on right now. Even if I've got nothing else to focus on, sometimes the energy doesn't sit with me and I go, okay, I'll do that tomorrow, or I'll do that later. And then maybe a week later or 2 weeks later, then I go, oh gosh, I didn't message so-and-so back. So there's just this energy here of push and pull that I'm really feeling in your reading, okay? So that's what I mean by MIA. I'm supposed to be around, people are reaching out to me, and I intend to get back to them, but I just can't. And I will, and I do, but it's just, it's about the right moment, okay? Now, the Lovers card in your protagonist energy, I feel like you're really trying to harmonize, okay? Now, you may also be trying to call in the love of your life if you're single. You may be trying to find that soulmate. You may be yearning to find a soulmate. You may be also yearning for the job of your dreams. It seems elusive, and you may have felt like there's been a bit of a separation energy. You may have felt disconnected from a lot of things recently, Scorpio, and you're trying to reconnect to that energy. It doesn't mean it has to be about love. It doesn't have to be about career either. It could be about motivation. You know, you felt a little bit disconnected recently because what's going on in the world, and it's almost like you've been living as a separate entity for a little while, and now you're trying to sort of come back to some sort of normalization, okay? Now, they're indicating here heart chakra and the throat chakra. There's something here about the heart chakra it's almost like booming. It wants to come out, but the throat chakra is a little bit blocked. So is there a conversation you haven't had, or there's something about speaking up and saying enough is enough? be mindful of this position when the moon is in this position, especially with it being conjunct with Pluto, because when we've bottled something up that we really wanted to say for a long time and we thought it's okay, just calm down, it's gonna be fine, it's gonna be fine, but it keeps building, it keeps building. Sometimes it's like a pressure cooker and we may come out and say something that is not very diplomatic or fair in a situation. So just be mindful of that, okay? But there's definitely a conversation that needs to be had. I do feel like just before you experience something really noteworthy in life that is change for the better, it's often very tumultuous energy. It gets a little bit chaotic just before a breakthrough, okay? Now we got the Sun card, it's in the resistance position. So they're indicating here with the Sun card that you've been waiting for something. Everything feels like it's in delay. It's almost like you're temporarily suspended in something and waiting for a long time. This is the challenge, okay, Scorpio? Obviously, happiness. The Sun card is the most auspicious card in the deck, and it basically means happiness, things blossoming, everything being really positive. I know that you've learned a lesson which you recognize that happiness can only be found from within. But if you're feeling a little bit disconnected recently from a lot of things that, you know, Scorpio, normally you're an all or nothing kind of energy. I'm Scorpio myself, you know, so, and I've got very strong other Scorpio placements too. So I really feel it. When you either like something like 1,000,000% or you hate it 1,000,000%. If there's anything you're a little bit about, you kind of discard it, okay? It's like, you know what suits you and what doesn't. But there's something here, like, it's almost like you felt a little bit numb about things for like longer than a couple of months, and you've been questioning it, thinking, I'm not normally like this, I normally feel so deeply. It's almost like with this moon, it's going to be like a wave and it's all going to come out at once, okay? So just be mindful of that. The Sun also indicates that this is your challenge position, okay? So it's almost like it showed up like that. You've been waiting, and for the next like month and a half, your challenge, and this is the challenge that you will actually work through and you will succeed in. There is illumination, there is an awakening here. As I said, it's always like darkest before dawn. Something is about to give here, and it's in a positive way. You're going to change something for the positive, but it feels really uncomfortable right before it happens. Now there is definitely the Fool card here. This is the unified energy, which means it's the outcome energy. Unified means the Fool card is you opening yourself up to chance, taking a leap of faith, a new start in a certain direction. This indicates as well that, you know, anything can happen as long as you have faith to go in the direction of your heart, your dreams, but have no attachments to the outcome. Because often when we lead with the first foot and just take the first step, knowing that we're going to be okay no matter what, it sort of turns out for the better. But when we try and control a situation and say, I need to get to that point, I need it like this, it often doesn't go exactly the way that we hoped, because we're pressurizing it to manipulate it to what it is that we want. Now, we all got goals and dreams, of course, but you know, sometimes we need a little bit of room for maneuver. I feel like there's something you're really curious about, whether it's business, whether it's love, whether it's just a new way of life, you know, opening yourself up to spirituality. I feel like this Fool card indicates that you're going to be how can I put that? It's almost like each step of the way is going to reveal something more exciting towards you, okay? And I feel like you're going to see things from a very new perspective, but I feel like there's a new adventurous path opening up to you that's actually something that you may not have even thought about for a while. Or even thought about ever. You may even be partnering up with people unexpectedly that you were like, whoa, I never even knew that person, I've known them for years. I didn't even know that person was into the same things as me on that level. And then you connect. I feel like this is a time for really happy connections that actually move you forward. Now, the Star card indicates there's definitely inspiration. If you lost your mojo or had a real test of faith recently, actually everything's about to change and be renewed. Hope returns, okay? It's almost like a new phase of life. You're connected to the universe. You're starting to use that wisdom that is available to you that comes from deep within your intuition, and you're embracing new ideas, and you're growing because of it. You've got two very bright cards here, the Sun and the Star, which represents an awakening, an illumination. So I feel like wherever you've been, Scorpio, you may have felt like a shadow of yourself for a certain length of time. I feel like you're about to rediscover yourself and rediscover your emotions, your passions again, okay? Because it's felt like a very difficult time. Now, the Devil card is still showing up in the unified energy. So there's still an attachment to something. Now, there's still an energy of you can go further. Like, for example, the Star card and the Fool card. If you're like a performer, or you're someone who has got a social standing, or you're trying to achieve something in business, or achieve some sort of goal or dream, there's definitely success here. I mean, the Fool card, the sun right here, I feel like successful partnerships, and you could go the distance and be in the spotlight, or there's miracles being sent to you to gain recognition in your world for something awesome, okay? But there's still something here holding you back, or there's a resistance here with this Devil card. Now, this could be someone that you don't trust. It could be your own set of intentions that you are sort of attached to, that if it doesn't go that way, you may feel a little bit obsessed about it, and may feel trapped that you cannot find another way. That's normally not your energy, Scorpio. You're normally a sort of person who finds a different route to get to what you want. I just need to pull a card on this Devil card. Can you please clarify this Devil energy for my beautiful Scorpio? Because what they're indicating with this Devil energy, there's an obsessive energy with it, but also there is, now you could be attached to, for example, how can I put that? You could be attached to money. You could be attached to a pattern that you're in with a person that you feel could be negative. Could be a family member that always, I just get this energy of you feeling not very understood at the moment by your friends or family or people around you. I feel like they have a certain idea of who you are or what you do and what you're about. And it's almost like, you're like, I never imagined you kind of thought that of me. They think very highly of you, but there's just some elements you're like, my gosh, maybe they just don't even get me at all. So let me see. We got the Hierophant in the reverse, okay? Now, the Hierophant in the reverse indicates there's some sort of rebellion. This is the time for it, Scorpio. You're kicking back on something. Now, obsessively kicking back as well. The Hierophant in the reverse indicates disobedience or, hypocrisy. So there could be someone in your world who is being very chaotic in their energy. As I said, it comes to an explosive conclusion. Arguments are abound during this time. It could also be someone that you've separated from, if you're in a marriage with that person or a high-level commitment with that person. Or you could be rebelling against the establishment, because the Hierophant is an establishment card. So it's almost like if there's rules and regulations, Scorpio, okay, as long as you're not hurting anyone, you may not be applying those rules to yourself. Now, the Nine of Cups in the reverse indicates don't look for quick results. If you're trying to fast track anything and you're not listening to the rules, I mean, it's a rebellious time, as I said. It's time for honoring that inner rebel. But some things may help you. Some of the rules may help you. That's what they're giving me here. They're just saying don't look for quick results with this, the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, because it may bring chaotic energy. So I would just say for that, that there's going to be some sort of enlightenment in that area that actually will help you detach yourself from this Devil card energy, okay? Can you please clarify how? Three of Wands. Now, the Three of Wands is about expansion and teamwork. So perhaps they're saying, sometimes it's okay to open up to other people. If you feel like you're a lone wolf and, you got this all by yourself, there's a lot of pressure, okay? Perhaps, to ask for help sometimes is an issue. Maybe you don't do that. Scorpio, I know I don't. How would you like to receive? Thank you so much. Queen of Cups. Okay, now the Queen of Cups is emotional security. It's also generosity, self-care. They're indicating sometimes you may put a lot of pressure on yourself, Scorpio, to get everything done all by yourself. Now's the time to sort of reach out to others and say, hey, I could do with a little bit of help in this area or whatever. You can get advice, basically, because the Hierophant is also a card of advice if you need to reach out for it. The Queen of Emotions basically says, you're a very nurturing person. Scorpio. You're very supportive of others, and when you may need support or advice, people sometimes they just don't get you and they don't give you advice, or they shy away from giving you advice because they feel like you got it all by yourself because you're so independent. And then that leads you to the next task, which is you do everything by yourself. So therefore, it feels like it's a loop, okay? It feels like you're in an eternal loop. Can you please clarify the outcome of the Devil card if it's released? Thank you so much. The Sun card, beautiful, and a new start. So they're indicating just detach yourself from any sort of obsessive energy, or basically if you feel intuitively that someone does not have your best instincts, or your not instincts best they don't have your best interests at heart, thank you so much, I'm truly grateful, then you know, use your intuition and disconnect from that energy. Anything that you feel like there's a negative pattern in and it may hold you back in any way, you need to release that. Once you release that, Spirit's indicating that's when the challenge is complete. The Sun card shows out. This is going to be a positive time, success, but also happiness, optimism. People normally, you know, they never really ask you how you are, Scorpio. I mean, that's in general. People don't really ask how you are. They may say, hey, how are you? And we all go, yeah, fine. And we kind of just breeze on. But if you ever turn around to a person and says, actually, I'm not doing so good. I'm not doing so good at all. This, and this happens. People kind of go, oh. And the right people will go, oh my God, I didn't realize. How can I help? Sometimes people can just help by being an ear to listen, you know. But the other people, they may just shy away. So what I'm getting at here is that I feel like detaching from any energy for people who just feel like they're not on the same page as you, I feel like that actually brings a new start. The Ten of Swords in the upright there indicates detach yourself from anybody or any situation that feels negative or resistant or stagnant, or you know, in some way is controlling of your situation. Because I feel like that rebellious energy, I mean, there's some rules and regulations that need to be followed, of course. You know, don't hurt other people, those sort of rules and regulations. But I feel like you're actually kicking against some rules, and I feel like you're winning, you're succeeding, okay? Because there's a new start with that Ten of Swords on the board. Now I'm just going to go and get a little bit more and see the details for you of what could be coming your way or how you're feeling about it. Because the full moon, it often brings out very powerful energy, Scorpio, that sometimes leads us to really look at where we're at in life. Thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. They'll give me the name Greta. Greta. I feel like they've given me the name Greta before. Maybe not for your reading, but they've definitely given me Greta before. So if your name is Greta, there's something in this message for you. We've got the Nine of Cups. Just to let you know, also, I'm using the Mystical Moments Tarot. I'm only reading the uprights in this deck. Okay, so they got the Nine of Cups, so that's your wish fulfillments. We got the Queen of Cups again. And we got the Emperor here. Ooh, we got the Nine of Wands. We got the King of Pentacles. We got the High Priestess. They want me to go 2 more. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Scorpio? What do they need to know regarding... Oh, is it those 2? Yes. Thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. Ooh, we got the Strength card and we got the Hermit card. Okay, so 9 of Cups. Now, the 9 of Cups indicates, you know, there's a lot of emotional... how can I put a lot of emotional wealth here is what they're giving me. The Nine of Cups is a wish fulfillment card, and it's a completion of a desire or an accomplishment. So I feel like following your heart is the most important thing to you, Scorpio, and your intuition. You know, shiny things like money, of course, money is important. You got a King of Pentacles right here, okay? So money is, of course, important for us all to live and feel secure and look after our family and all of those things, you know, but I feel like any obsessive energy around money, of course, is a negative. You know, we shouldn't obsess about things, full stop, okay? Even artists who are obsessed about their work, it's wonderful, it's passionate, it's driven, and I totally understand that passion and that obsession, and I have it myself, you know? But I often find that sometimes if I'm obsessively doing something, I may not eat for hours, for example. That's not healthy on the body, but therefore, you know, I have to address a balance in my life, for example. So they're indicating obsession is good to a certain point, but when it starts to get into an area where it starts to become devil energy, where we're sort of overloading ourselves, just be mindful of what it's doing, what is affecting our emotions or our mental health or our emotional health, okay? Because what they're indicating here is that the Lover's card indicates there's a lot of love around you, Scorpio. There's a lot of people who do actually want to help, but they may feel a little bit intimidated by your energy sometimes. They may feel like you got it all going on. Okay, and you know when someone is really obsessed about their work or their career or whatever, another person sort of looks at it and goes, I probably couldn't help anyway because I probably wouldn't do it the way that they want it to, so I'm just going to stay away. And therefore, Scorpio, you feel like maybe you're spinning loads of plates and no one's helping you. They never reach out and help, but because they're kind of thinking, well, you got it done all by yourself. I don't know where they're going with this energy reading, but this is what they're giving me, so I have to give it to you the way that they are giving it to me. The Nine of Cups indicates whatever it is you're trying to manifest, whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, it will bring great joy to you, and also financially very rewarding time. But I feel like you're looking for deeper commitments in things with that King of Pentacles. Solid, practical sort of advice or solid practical investments, decisions. I feel like you're making them, okay? I feel like whatever it is you wish to accomplish, whether it's love or whether it's career or whether it's just within yourself, know that you're on the right path, okay? Because that King of Pentacles indicates that it's almost like you got... it's been a very tumultuous time, and you may have felt a little bit not like yourself recently, but they're indicating that on the other side of that, there is a lot of success, a lot of accomplishment, but also you're making really great decisions. Now, they're just showing me someone trying to save for a house. So if that's you, there's something in this message for you. They're indicating here that you're going to accomplish your goals, your dreams in that area. So if that's you, don't worry about those things. Set your intention with the universe and that's what's going to happen. So for example, if you've been looking at houses and things like that you want to buy, but you're like, oh, damn it, I haven't got the money to get to that part yet. It's not far away is what they're indicating. Just keep manifesting. But the Queen of Cups and the High Priestess indicates there's a lot of sort of sometimes mistrusting your intuition, Scorpio, okay? And you may feel, especially when it comes to, it could be business, it could be love. Sometimes people take your wonderful care and that your wonderful attention and your enthusiasm and your passion for what it is that you do, which, as I said, passion can be amazing, or obsession about your work or whatever can be amazing, but it can also be detrimental because some people can take advantage of that energy. And because these cards are in the resistance position, the Queen of Cups indicates a lot of people take advantage of your wonderful care, your emotions, and of your love, okay? And sometimes, and please don't choose a messenger when I say this, sometimes you may feel a little bit emotionally insecure in certain things, and you may second guess your own intuition, which leads there to be delays, either in love or in career. They really want you to pay close attention. If something feels off, it's off, Scorpio. Your gauge is like on it. Okay, it's like a laser. You can spot a lie before it even comes into your house, okay? You just know it. But the thing is, you second guess it sometimes because you want to believe in the best in people. You want to believe that the red flags, maybe they're not really red flags. Maybe you just got it wrong. Maybe you're feeling a little bit sensitive. That's not the case, okay? Please trust your intuition on this. Don't repress your emotions, of course, because sometimes there's a tendency for, and they're indicating this, tendency for you to just sort of go silent and sort of drift on out and think, you know what, I'm just going to hold back on this. That's a wonderful viewpoint to have a look at the whole sort of story or situation from a bird's eye view so you can get a better idea of what's going on for a certain length of time. But if you actually sit on it and not do anything with the information, it becomes avoidant, okay? Not making a choice, they just said to me, not making a choice is making a choice. Because you actually give someone the power to make a choice over you, for example. So very powerful what they just gave me there. But they're indicating, please trust your intuition, especially when it comes to your love or your care, your desire to do something. So for example, if you're doing a business and you're running a business or you're in a position of power or leadership or responsibility in some way, it doesn't matter what you're doing. If you love what you do and you're always saying, oh gosh, yeah, I really love a challenge, I love this, that, and the other, another person, for example, who may be a little bit lazy comes along and says, oh, right, well, Scorpio loves what they do. They're really passionate. They're obsessive about their work. Here's my workload too. Could you help me out in this? And you're like, yeah, sure. And then it piles and it piles. And it's almost like if you don't say no, people may take advantage of that. So same with love. If you're always being the wonderful, passionate person who comes up with wonderful ideas for dates, or exciting, adventurous opportunities to shower your the affection of your loves with gifts, etc., etc. That person, you actually stop that person from coming towards you because you're actually doing all the stuff. They don't need to do anything. You're providing all the excitement. So basically they're saying you'll accomplish a little bit more if you just sort of sit back a little bit more and let people show you who they are, okay? But also speak up whenever you need to. Now, they are giving me the Emperor and they are giving me the Knight of Wands energy. So they're really indicating here that there is basically a choice between what it is that you want. Now this could be a lifestyle. It could be, do you want something that's really committed, something that's a bit more structured, that adheres to rules and regulations? Or do you want something that's a little bit more temporary, that's a little bit more passionate, lusty, free-spirited? For example, do you want to be in a business that you have to be a sort of a slave to that business 9 to 5, and you're working for an institution? Or do you want to be someone who is freelance, who goes from job to job, has a little bit more time and works on your own time? It's almost like bucking a trend. Again, I'm doing this reading for the full moon, and the Thunder Moon, as I said, is about embracing the inner rebel. And this card keeps coming up, which is a rebellious energy, which is someone who sets goals, intentions, smashes them out of the park, and then is on to the next. It's someone who doesn't really, it's almost like a devil may care kind of energy. But the Emperor is a little bit more solid and rigid, and comes with a little bit more structure or rules. So you may be sort of being rebellious, but also looking at the rules that you may have even put upon yourself, Scorpio, and restricted yourself in certain ways. Very interesting reading that's coming out here. But the Strength card and the Hermit card indicates, you have the power to overcome obstacles, and you have the strength to accomplish whatever it is that you want. Or just be mindful that, sometimes the Hermit card indicates you're burning yourself out by doing it all by yourself. Okay, the Hermit card also indicates that it's time for introspection, enlightenment, and I feel like the Strength card says you can do whatever it is that you want to do. If someone imposes some rules or regulations on you and says, you know what, you can't do that, Scorpio, that's just not the way things are done, you are like, watch me do it. I'm gonna do it. I've got a plan. The Emperor card, they just said Uma to me. That's why I stumbled. Uma. So if your name is Uma, there's something in this message for you. I mean, it could be the name of a place, so please take it as it resonates. It's not going to resonate for everyone, of course. So if it does not resonate for you, doesn't mean it's not your reading, just means they want that person to pay close attention to the reading, as their attention may have wavered. But the Emperor is basically someone who starts with a plan, a structure of how they want things to go, okay? And the Knight of Wands is someone who kind of comes on in and achieves it and then is on to the next. The Strength card is basically an energy of taming that beast within. Sometimes we can do things without the aggressive, obsessive energy. We can just do things and have it in a more peaceful fashion. Remember to respect yourself as much as you expect other people to respect you. So for example, Scorpio, if you're working like shifts that are like 18 hours a day, you're not getting any sleep, or you're not eating correctly, etc., etc., you're not respecting yourself in a way to keep running the life that you're hoping to achieve, or things like that. I hope you know what I mean there when I say that. So they're asking you to really take a bit of a temporary time out now, and just rest and really re-examine your priorities, and be a little bit more calm in your energy, okay? Because you do have wish fulfillment here. Everything that, your hard work is definitely paying off. Just be mindful of people like energy vampires who absorb your energy, whether that is Doris, who works in the next desk from you, who says, hey, Scorpio, would you mind getting these accounts done? I'm just, I'm going to be taking the afternoon off and I don't have time and it has to be done by 4. I'm so sorry. And then they're off and you're like, damn it, what is, okay. Even if it's something as simple as that, right down to if everyone expects things of you all the time, Scorpio, and you're trying to do everything for everybody else and you forget about yourself, things need to be addressed, especially with this full moon. Also, in terms of love, they really want you to make sure that you listen to your intuition. If you've had any issues with love, or you're going through any difficulties when it comes to a love relationship or a soulmate relationship, they really want you to look at those moments of wanting to settle down, but then also being tempted by passion and magnetism, especially if there is someone who returns from your past, occasionally looking for like a booty call or something like that, or is temporary in your life. You may be looking for something that's a bit more solid, committed. It doesn't mean that there's no passion in that. It just means that you got to look at what it is that you want in a person. Just be mindful, as I said, with this Queen of Cups and the High Priestess, because sometimes people take your wonderful love and care for granted. I mean, they love the passion, they love the magnetism, they love the sexy time that they get with Scorpio, but sometimes people are not emotionally as deep as you, and therefore they skirt on the surface and they cannot offer you the depth that you require in a relationship. And it may lead you to sometimes doubt your intuition, but also repress some of the red flags that may pop up because you're hoping that that person will meet you halfway, but actually they shy away from meeting themselves halfway. We do have the Hermit card, so I'm just going to pull a quick card on that before we move forward. Can you please clarify this Hermit card? How would you like to receive? Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so they're definitely giving the energy here of somebody. It's almost like becoming very cynical when it comes to love and feeling like, well, you know what, I'm not going to invest in love in a relationship. I'm just going to be alone, okay, right now. Because we got the Queen of Pentacles here. There may be someone that you felt like was your soulmate that you may have separated from. And this person, you may feel like you cannot trust them. They've got a secret from you. The Lovers card in that position with the Two of Cups in the reverse and the Queen of Pentacles there in reverse indicates that this person... They were not investing in the future with you, and you may feel like you're deciding to be alone. If you cannot be with them, then you're like, there's nobody else who really draws my attention right now, so I'm better off alone to focus on my finances, especially since we got a King of Pentacles there with that card. So you may have felt like you met someone who was your soulmate, but because it's not working out right now, you're deciding to focus on your career or money or your hobbies in order to invest in yourself. And, you know, you're not interested in love right now because it's like, what is love? They just, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. They're giving me, is it Tina Turner? What's love got to do with it? It's just a secondhand emotion. Ooh, wow, I've never really even thought about the lyrics to that. I'm going to have to look up the lyrics to that. Secondhand emotion. What does that mean? Maybe it means like obsession comes first and then it's love. I'm not sure. So please take it as it resonates. I'm just going to pull another card on that, actually. They just keep playing it. Maybe you just listened to Tina Turner's What's Love Got to Do With It recently, or it's playing right now on the radio as you're listening to this. I feel like that song has come up before, and for your sign, Scorpio. So if it's returning, there must be a reason. The delay, okay? You're frustrated at the delay of things balancing out or becoming harmonious within this relationship. So it's almost like, you know what, screw this, I'm going to be alone, okay? That's an energy that I've got coming through here with this. I don't really want to talk about love. As I said, I was going to leave that for the other energy readings. This is more about how you're navigating your world at this moment in time, because you got so much love to give. Yeah, so the Death card, there you are, Scorpio. If you're putting an end to that, endings bring a new beginning here, ending an old cycle, anything that's familiar. If you've been gravitating towards people who are emotionally avoidant or not meeting you in the same manner, they are indicating that you will, you know, meet somebody new who brings in that 10 of Cups here. Emotional fulfillment, the happy ever after that you may be looking for. That's coming on in, but something needs to change, either in the way that you... the sort of people that you gravitate towards. For example, as I said, if you are gravitating towards the same sort of people, you need to really look at that, especially when they take your wonderful love. And it's almost like, now, please don't shoot the messenger when I say this, but this is what they're giving me. It's almost like you fix them. They come to you for emotional solace and care because you're very deep and you're a healer. You're a natural healer with that Queen of Cups. And then what happens is it's almost like they fly the nest, and they may go on to meet someone that they consider the one or something like that. That's coming through on this reading, so this may be something that's relevant to your situation. But there's someone in particular who's a trigger for this. That's what I'm getting, okay? Now, I'm just going to see if there's anything more that they would like to tell you before we close this reading. I hope some of this makes sense, because this moon energy, it's really playing havoc this time round. How would you like to see? Thank you so much. Any further advice for my beautiful Scorpio? They're just showing me a big old, it's so strange how they're showing me this as well. Oh, it kind of makes sense though. They're showing me a big bulb of garlic, okay? And this bulb of garlic is almost like in the shape of a heart. So I think that they're indicating garlic is good for the heart. Now, either you're just cutting garlic right now, or you've cut a garlic that looks like it's in the shape of a heart and gone, oh, it actually looks like a heart. Interesting. So please take it as it resonates. I'm not really sure how it resonates for you. Okay, how would you like to receive? Thank you so much. And thank you so much. Okay. So basically, they're basically saying the same thing here, okay? The Nine of Pentacles indicates you're deepening your commitment not only to yourself, but to hard work and to making really good decisions. You're being patient as much as you can, and you're being reliable in your world. But I feel like there's a part of you that really wants to be quite rebellious. I also feel like there is love showing up in your world. It's taken a while to get here, but it will be an investment for the future, okay? And by that I mean it will be someone who is committed, loyal, dependable, someone who stands by your side. There may even be an earth sign here. There is definitely someone showing up to offer you something, but the World card indicates something else is coming to an end, because the World asks you to look at things from a different perspective and recognize that you're actually in the right place, Scorpio. Even though things feel like they're all upside down, like you're in a washing machine, because that's what they're showing me right now. They're showing me a washing machine. So either you're feeling like you're in a washing machine, you don't know which way is up right now, and you're being tumbled all over the place by fate. You're actually going to find the right way up. They're indicating that you're in the right place, you're on the right path, okay? A new start is coming with that Fool card, okay? So they're basically giving all the same energy as the fated energy at the top. Definitely a leap of faith is required, coming out of a comfort zone, but you're definitely going to be starting a new adventure very soon. There's definitely a new beginning here. Just be mindful of this Seven of Swords energy. If something feels off, it is, Scorpio. Also, they're indicating with this Seven of Swords, don't run away from things. Now, by that I mean, yeah, don't be avoidant in things. Don't hold back on things that you need to say, because swords are they are about communication, they're about the mind, they're about mental conflict. If there's something weighing heavy on your mind, Scorpio, don't let it fester. Don't run away with it and make it run away with you, as it were. Let it all out. Say what you got to say, because that throat chakra is very, very important. And they just asked for 2 more, bizarrely. So I'll give it and then I'll close. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide? They just give me the name Anthony. Anthony, so if your name is Anthony, there's something in this message for you. It's not going to resonate for everyone, of course, so please take it as it resonates. Okay, yeah, look at that. The Ace of Swords in the reverse. They're clarifying this, okay? Don't leave anything that needs to be said. Don't leave it unsaid. If you feel like someone's being dishonest with you, absolutely they're being dishonest with you. Trust your intuition, okay? You're not imagining things, okay? Just protect yourself from that energy. You don't have to go gung-ho and be all like, smashing up the place or anything, Scorpio. What they're indicating here is that things can be done in a diplomatic fashion, and you're very clever, you're very astute, you're very shrewd, so you will see through it. And don't avoid it, as it were. The Hermit, sorry, not the Hermit is there. The Seven of Pentacles indicates all your hard work is paying off. It might be slow, okay, but you may want to look at where you invest your energy, and that includes with the people. Do they deserve it? Is the reward worth it? Are there friendships reciprocal? Are you always doing for somebody and they never sort of are there for you when you need it the most. Same with love. You know, what is your investment in things? And, you know, what is it that you get back out? Now, you don't give to get, of course, but, you know, if you're working really hard and you're kind of like being there for that one friend who always needs advice, and that one time you need advice, they're not there, you got to start asking yourself, you know, is this a healthy friendship? And things like that, you know. So they just want you to eradicate anything that's not healthy in your world or makes you feel so obsessed that you cannot focus on other things like where you got it good. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. That was a very complex reading, Scorpio. I hope it resonated out there for somebody. Now they're showing me right now 2 magnets, and it's interesting. They're showing me these magnets, and the way that they're showing it to me, someone's like putting the magnets together, and they're really resistant. And then when you pull them apart like that, all of a sudden they just go like that together. That's not how magnets work, okay? But that's what they're showing me. So maybe there's something saying something that something. Let me get this straight. Perhaps they're trying to, either you've got 2 magnets right now that you're playing with. If that's you, there's something in this message for you. If it's not, I'm trying to understand the image they're giving me, which is maybe it's at first something that was really resistant to come together or work out or unify. If you just take a bit of a breather from it, step away, have the bird's eye view, take a bit of a rest, then all of a sudden it's like an epiphany, aha moment. It all just comes together and magnetizes and works out, unifies and becomes more positive. Okay, so perhaps that's what they mean. We got all that glitters is not gold. That sits right with that devil card, okay? If it's too good to be true, or if it feels off, it is, Scorpio. So I'm just going to pull, tell you what this card means. 16, it's in the reverse. Excuse me. They're just saying the word falsetto to me. Falsetto. Now, falsetto, I think, is a musical term, but when I really think about the word falsetto, false sounds something like false, right? Something is untrue. Falsetto. I cannot tell you what that musical term is, so I'm going to have to look it up after this reading. All that glitters. Okay, the protection message is, this is a signal to walk away from what you're contemplating. There is a thin veneer of glitter and sparkle that masks something rotten underneath. Pursuing it will only bring about a difficult situation you'll be sorry that you got yourself into. Stay away. Isn't it wonderful how Spirit protects you? Better things await. So that could be in terms of either a job or a person or a situation that just feels like it's not 100%. It just feels like it's off. The devil card has shown up in this position for a reason, but it feels very obsessive in the energy. Okay, so perhaps you feel magnetized to it, knowing that perhaps it's a bit of a risk, but I feel like there's something better. There's definitely a new start here that is something greater for you coming on in. It's actually wish fulfillment coming on in here for you that is much more solid. As you can see, there's definitely a wish coming true that's much more solid. It's going to stay in your world. Okay, it's not going to be elusive. I'm just going to give you a trinket before we close. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide? What's wonderful about moon energy is it often transforms illusions, strips them away, and allows us to see things really clearly. Now, we do have the Pegasus trinket, which basically indicates a breakthrough. Whenever you get this trinket, it means destiny and fate intervene, the law of karma intervenes, and brings you a breakthrough to elevate you. So if you've been feeling like lack of motivation or drive, there's definitely an epiphany moment happening here, and they want that on the Fool card. Okay, and we've also got an angel wing. So listen to your intuition. Your guides are close. You are being protected in the situation, and you're being redirected. So as I said, if you feel like you've been in a bit of a washing machine at the moment where you don't know which way is up, that's all about to change for the more positive. Okay, where would you like this? They want this on the star card, indicating that the stars are aligning for something greater coming towards you, especially since it's an Aquarian energy. And you know, the full moon is in Aquarius, so it signals that unpredictable kind of energy, rebellious kind of energy. But I feel like you're kicking back, and your guides are actually guiding you to a positive outcome. Okay, but just be mindful if there's something that deep down makes you feel like feels really off. Trust that. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. That was so complex, that reading. I'm literally Sorry to be gross, but I'm literally sweating. But anyway, I'll leave it there. I hope something resonated in this reading for you. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message and lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is very important for me. As I said, these moon readings, this one's a little bit different because this energy this month is going to be crazy and unpredictable, okay? So I thought I'd do things a little bit differently just for this particular reading. Thank you so much, my beautiful Scorpio. Love and light.